wide receiver, Hall of Famer, and they gave him a radio show in Dallas. It's just like a sports show on I think it's on ESPN Radio, actually.
Now, why were you under the impression he was going to apologize for things he had said?
Because we talked on the phone first. Oh. And he said, listen, when I said those things on the air that we played the other day about him saying no one should hire Artie for nutching, he said, I did not know that Joe Buck and the producer had said to you, look, if the show gets boring, give it some energy and do what you do.
Right.
I didn't know that. So I just want to, go on the air with you and say, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. And I said, well, and I want to say maybe I'm sorry for some of the things I said to you, and we'll talk it out. That's what was said.
Okay. But that never happened, does it?
You always get misled in these pre-interviews.
Well, I'm a misleader, too, Robin.
Right.
But
everyone was misleading everyone else.
Yeah, and so I'll take some blame, but this is what happened.
All right, so here's Artie on the Michael Irvin show in Dallas, still arguing about his appearance on the Joe Buck show.
I want to ask Michael, because I'm not Eminem or in a rap group, what does nushing mean?
It's a takeoff from the curse word up in there.
Right.
It's to play together with it, Artie.
Oh, nutching.
No whatsoever. So you could take it and run with it as much as you run.
No, I can't run. Otherwise, I would have been on the Cowboys.
All right, Artie starting out with a little joke.
Okay.
Just a little one.
A little one. And then
nutching.
Moving on.
Am I allowed to curse?
No.
Well,
absolutely not.
That's all that someone would have had to tell me at the Joe Buck show, and I would have listened to them. It's HBO, so I cursed. And I'm sorry if I offended you, Michael. I know you always act appropriately, and I'm sorry if I offended you.
Well, that's a good little slight in there, Artie. Now, that I always act appropriately. Now, I don't want to get into this thing.
I don't want to get into it either, but, Michael, just let me say something.
I'm talking about the mudslinging of me acting appropriately or you acting inappropriately now. But I want to talk, because I was just reading that you robbed banks and everything.
No, I never robbed the bank. I'll sue you, bud. Don't say that. I never robbed no bank.
On the paper here, Artie.
No. Well, you got the wrong paper, brother.
Okay, you got to sue the person that wrote it.
I'm reading a piece of paper here that you punched out a whore on coke once. Is that right?
No, I never did that.
Okay, so
I've never hit any ladies, Artie.
Okay, well then we're both wrong. How's that sound?
All right.
Wow.
On the attack.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, it was fun, Robin.
On the attack again. There we go.
Michael, listen, I know how to read an audience. They were laughing like crazy, and it wasn't just because of uncomfortableness. It was because what I was saying was funny. It was funny in a vulgar way, the way Richard Pryor was, the way George Carlin was.
Richard Pryor and those guys were vulgar on their own show.
No, they weren't, Michael. No, they weren't. Go on YouTube. You will see Richard Pryor vulgar on a lot of shows. George Carlin.
Guys brought him on for that, and the host brought him on for that.
Well, why did they bring me on? They know what I do. What did they do when he got Mary Poppins?
Artie, hang
on a second.
Artie, you know the type of person Joe Buck is.
Sure, I'm a fan of his.
Classy guy. He's a classy guy. He's a real professional.
And I'm not. I'm not a classy guy? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying you're not a classy guy, but I wouldn't say that it was a classy moment for you. That's all I was saying.
I'm saying it was a classy moment for me. You know why? Because it helped my comedy career, and it's going to feed my kids.
Okay, now there's a difference between a classic moment and
What kids are you talking about?
Like what?
I have an illegitimate kid in Vegas.
Feed your kids.
Wow. What kids? I didn't know
out of your mind.
kids.
What kids do you have?
There's a couple.
Do you have children?
No,
and you haven't told us?
Well,
Is that the next book?
Book 2.
All right. I love this. You got caught up in it. It sounded good.
I was getting mad.
Right.
I was getting mad.
I'm so mad you're going to feed some kids.
I'll feed any kid you want. You got a kid, I'll feed your cat.
Moment.
I don't care. Whichever classic and classy is fine with me because it all makes me money, and I'm an American and I'm looking to make money just like you. I want to feed my kids. Joe Buck's not hurt. He's going to keep making money. His family's fine. My buddy was sitting.
Did you see the report on his show in the paper the next day? Did it sound like that didn't hurt him at all?
Well, listen,
did you
publicity, all publicity is good publicity. Everyone's talking about Joe Buck Live now, and I said to
Artie, why don't Joe Buck go out and do something crazy like slap a woman and get some good publicity in? That's not true, Artie. It sounds like something you heard in a movie, but it's not the reality. It sounds good to restate, but it's not real, Artie.
So you're comparing what I did on the Joe Buck show to slapping a woman, Michael? I mean, what are you talking about? We had fun. It was a guy.
Joe, wait, listen up, Artie. Listen up.
Go ahead, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Oh, hold on now. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I love Joe, but I'm not Joe.
I love Joe. I know you're not. And I'm getting mad and I'm getting loud with you because you're not here. So go ahead.
I got it. Okay.
There you go. Smart. Yeah. Don't be getting all loud like this when Michael Irvin's
He's
around.
a big guy.
Yeah.
Now, if you go on that show, Joe Buck show,
right,
and you're sitting there with those other guys, and you say something that and no one really laughs, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I better say something funny the next time because it's how I earn a living.
So you keep going for it. You come up with something more crazy or come up with something more crazy to say.
Of course, Michael. That's what I do for a living. If you drop the pass, Mike, what would you do the next time? Really concentrate on catching the next one. That's what I do. I tell jokes. If one didn't do well, okay, I tell a better one.
Yeah, all right, but if I drop a pass and the next play is 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
It's not about, I'm not going crazy. Throw me the ball. I'm going to say, let's hand the ball to Emmett because right now we're talking about getting a first down because I'm part of a team. And whether you know it or not, when you were on the Joe Buck show the other day, they were hoping that you would be part of a team.
Well, okay, Michael, here's the difference. On 3rd and 1, they would have Troy Aikman would have handed it off to Emmitt Smith and you would have got the first down. There was no Emmitt Smith up there, brother. I didn't have an Emmitt Smith. I was the only superstar up there. Not the only superstar, but the only guy I think who could have gotten something out of the audience.
They see Joe Buck as a superstar. That's why they're paying him the millions.
Okay, and I think Joe Buck is a superstar, but when it comes, that was the comedy segment. You guys did the football segment. I was doing the comedy segment.
Wow.
Woohoo. On fire.
I was ready, man.
Yep. The day never ends for Artie.
He's like a lawyer for himself.
3rd and 1. I love when he goes, if it's 3rd and 1, I ain't going, give me the ball. I'm like, yeah, Emmitt Smith. Joe Buck ain't Emmitt Smith, man.
Well, listen, Joe Buck kept passing the ball to you.
He did. Exactly. You're exactly
right. It was like
right.
a hot potato, and you were the only one who would grab it.
And I took it.
I have to hear this Michael Irvin show. I'm going to fly out to Dallas and tune in.
I don't think it's always this good.
Yeah, this was pretty good.
I was in the audience for this, and one of the things I wanted to say to you was that
this is Michael Irvin's
his co-host,
His
Kevin.
co-host.
Laughter, Artie, is not necessarily acceptance. And I was in that audience.
What did he say?
He said, Artie, laughter is not necessarily acceptance.
Well, it isn't your business.
They were, as you laugh, I'm sure you don't accept that.
that's just, I love when people say pretentious things like that, but go ahead.
Okay, fine. But I was in
laughter is an acceptance, Artie.
I was Artie, if you strip down naked on 42nd Street, I would laugh.
Guess what? That's not what I did, dude. And to compare what I did to stripping down naked on 42nd Street makes you sound like an idiot. But go ahead.
All right, fine. That's fine. But while I'm sounding like an idiot,
yeah, and you'll continue to. Go ahead.
It's where you do things and how you do them is relevant to what's going on here.
So on an HBO sports show where guys are talking sports on HBO, it's not right to say a few curse words. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
The curse words are not bad.
Did I say anything? No.
What was bad about it? Taking over the Joe Buck show? Somebody had to. Somebody had to.
Artie, we're not saying it was bad. We're discussing our opinions here. You have your opinion. I have my opinion. Yeah. What I'm saying to you is, let me tell you, I was in the audience. I'm
happy for you. You must have been. Were you asleep during the Brett Favre segment?
No, I got a free ticket. That's the only reason I would have been.
Everyone got a free ticket. It's television. But go ahead.
Hold on. Just let me tell you, I was in the audience, and I was sitting actually right next to the floor director.
Were you in the audience?
Excuse me?
Were you in the audience? You haven't said that yet.
Yeah. And I was sitting next to the floor director, who was going out of his mind.
The FD?
How do we fix this? What can we do?
Nothing. You know how you fix it? Get rid of Joe Buck and the other two guys and let me talk.
Hold on, Artie, let me just say a couple of things here, and then you can comment on them.
I listen to Michael Irvin because he can kick my ass. I'm pretty sure I can beat you up, but maybe not.
Artie, I'd be glad to give you an opportunity.
Why don't we do that for money? Let's all make cash out of this.
Stop it. You're wrong, guys.
Listen.
What is up with the white people?
Well, he said something to me that aggravated me. Laughter is not exactly acceptance. Howard's been listening to crap like that for years, and it's pretentious bores who think they know what acceptance and laughter is.
But now, Artie, because why is that funny to you now? Because let me tell you what.
It was a fake laugh. It was a fake laugh, Michael.
All right. Well, there is Artie. After he gets off of the air.
It's like a prize fight in there.
After he gets off the air, he
goes into his debate mode.
The boy is not out of energy. He debates Michael Irvin and others. on his appearance.
Well, it's always tough. You always have to consult a thesaurus before you debate Michael Irvin.
Actually, Michael Irvin.
No,
he told him
he was in bed.
No, I know. Listen, he's